I have long suspected that the person sharing my bed every night is not my wife. That night, the lamps in the room went out once again. I knew she had come. To confirm my suspicion, I left a small mark on the visitor's neck. With it, I planned to find out who she really was the next morning. But at dawn, when I stepped out of my room, I found that everyone in the household was wearing a ribbon around their neck, perfectly covering the exact spot where I had placed the mark. They said the ribbons were a gift from the city lord's wife. I could only curse my luck. My plan to uncover the truth had completely failed. At that moment, my mother-in-law arrived with the city lord's wife. Hearing of my talent in poetry, she wanted to invite me to write poems for the princess, who was currently leading troops nearby and would soon attend a banquet. I did not wish to get involved in royal matters, so I refused. My mother-in-law's face darkened. Seeing my dilemma, my sister-in-law stepped in and took the task for me. A few days later would be my mother's death anniversary. Because of past grudges, Madame Luo and my older brother secretly hired several assassins and placed them along the only road leading to my mother's grave, waiting to take my life. On the day of my mother's memorial, I ran into my sister-in-law on the road. She and her maid were waiting for me with incense and paper offerings, saying my wife had asked them to accompany me to the grave. On our way back, a group of assassins suddenly blocked the road, just as I expected. Luckily, with the training I had done over the years, they were no match for me. I took them down quickly and brought everyone home safely. My sister-in-law had always been weak, and the fright only made her condition worse. But with the upcoming banquet, she still forced herself to prepare a gift for the princess. Feeling guilty, I decided to help by writing the poem for her. She could present it under her own name at the banquet. After their failed assassination attempt, Madame Luo refused to give up. She bribed a maid serving my mother-in-law, had her secretly copy all the poems and paintings my sister-in-law and I created, and sent them to the Song family, who had long held a grudge against us. Their plan was simple. The Song family would release the works under young Master Song's name ahead of time. Then, when we offered our pieces to the princess at the banquet, we would be accused of plagiarism. That night, while I was practicing martial arts, I accidentally broke through to a higher realm, one that allowed my spirit to leave my body. As my soul wandered outside, I happened to witness the bribed maid meeting with Madame Luo's steward. After learning their entire plot, I decided to play along and teach them a lesson they would never forget. I met with my sister-in-law again and rewrote several new poems. I divided them into two sets. One set I intentionally allowed the bribed maid to discover, and the other I told my sister-in-law to keep close and not show anyone before the banquet. On the day of the banquet, my sister-in-law recited my poems before the guests. As expected, she was immediately accused of copying the Song family's work. The princess, furious, prepared to punish the entire Qin family. At the critical moment, I arrived and pointed out the differences between the Qin and Song poems. The Song poems contained hidden seditious messages, 3 phrases hinting at rebellion and the fall of the dynasty. Compared side by side, their poems were forced and suspicious, while ours were natural and genuine. The real plagiarist was obvious at a glance. In the end, the Song family was imprisoned for treason. Before being taken away, Madame Song cried out that Madame Luo was the true source of the poems. She claimed she had only been misled and used. But without evidence, Madame Luo was merely detained for questioning. At that moment, I presented the princess with my true gift, a formal essay I had written for her. After reading it, she praised me highly and urged me to attend the upcoming imperial examination. If I performed well, she promised to support my future career. This time, I not only removed our greatest enemy, but also earned royal favor for the Qin family. My father-in-law was overjoyed. He praised me generously and even invited me to ride in the same carriage as him. Such honor was something I, a lowly live-in son-in-law, could never have imagined before.